Welcome back to the Paddy Power Poker Academy. Now that you know you want to play online poker, the next decision is what type of game structure will suit you, your skills, and your poker bankroll. Now, there are three basic game structures for online poker, being cash or ring games, multi-table tournaments, and sit-and-go tournaments, and there are variations of each of those. You may find one of these much more suited to your liking than the others, but it's important to understand the differences between each of them. In a cash or ring game, you bring your money to the table in the form of chips, dollar for dollar. This is the most popular type of casino poker, and you can basically join a table whenever a seat becomes available, like this one. Cash tables can be classified into betting levels, where the small bet and big bet identify the early rounds of betting and the later rounds of betting. So at a $1, $2 holdem table, that means that the pre-flop and flop bets are in increments of $1, and the turn and river bets will be in increments of $2. Increments would normally mean a limit betting game, meaning you are limited to betting or raising by the bet amount on your turn. But at a no-limit table, the betting amounts mean the minimum you must bet, where the maximum can actually be your entire buy-in at any opportunity. A buy-in is the amount of money you bring to the table that is within a range set by the casino for any particular game and betting level. Of course, the higher the bets, the higher the buy-in requirements will be. Keep in mind that most of the volume for cash games presently is no-limit type of betting, meaning you can be involved in a single hand with your entire buy-in in play, otherwise known as going all in. The cash games can be found in the Paddy Power Poker lobby under Cash Tables. If you select a table, there will be buy-in information posted before you take your seat. Tables can range from 2 to 10 players with a variety of betting structures to choose from, but we'll talk more about cash game strategy in another video. Next, we'll take a look at multi-table poker tournaments. Poker tournaments are well known because that's what you see on television most often. Tournaments are an exciting form of poker and provide a lot of playing experience and potential profit for your investment if you make it deep. There are some major differences between cash games and multi-table tournaments, however. For one, tournaments involve many players, all of whom are striving to win as many tournament chips as they can from their opponents. Your buy-in gets you a set amount of tournament chips to play with, so tournaments can provide a lot of playing time and competition for the money invested. In multi-table tournaments, you are assigned a seat, and the tournament has a start time with scheduled breaks, so ideally you want to be there when the play is on. When you are considering joining a tournament, it's also advisable to make a note of the payout and blind structure, as this could impact your strategy. You can get this information from the tournament lobby and the general rules section of Paddy Power Poker. Now remember, your buy-in for a tournament is the same as all the other players, and so your risk is limited to that amount, but the buy-ins actually make up the prize pool for the poker tournament, and they are collected and then awarded on a gradual scale to the top finishes, which could very well mean a substantial profit. Players get eliminated from a tournament when they lose all their tournament chips to the other players. There is also added pressure in tournaments because the blinds keep rising on a predetermined schedule. In later rounds, all players will also be putting in antes. This means as the cost per round goes up, so too must your stack, or you will eventually be eliminated. As players do get eliminated, the tournament director will move players and merge tables in order to keep them even and progress towards a final table. All of the television broadcasts of major poker tournaments rather much play in this general structure. There is another video on poker tournament strategy in the Paddy Power Poker Academy. Sit-and-go tournaments also have a fixed buy-in and prize payout, just like multi-table tournaments, but on a smaller scale, as they are generally just one table and they're not scheduled. They actually start when a table fills up of people willing to play the tournament. So you can actually just sit down at any time at a table and just wait for it to fill up, and there you go, the tournament starts. It's kind of cool to know you can always play a tournament whenever you want. Again, your buy-in is the most you can risk for a one-table sit-and-go tournament, and usually the top 3 spots pay out prizes. Like multi-table tournaments as well, there are other variations of sit-and-go tournaments that include turbo speed blinds and shorter tables, but that's for another video too, and we'll get into it then. Sit-and-go tournaments are a proven way for new players to build skills and knowledge about poker, all the while keeping your entry costs rather low. You can find the sit-and-go tables at the Paddy Power Poker lobby under Sit-and-Go. So remember, cash games involve real dollar values, and most are played with no-limit betting. Multi-table tournaments are scheduled events with an identical buy-in and starting chip stack for everyone who enters. Now, depending on how many people enter, that multi-table tournament can last for several hours, even longer, so keep that in mind before you enter. Sit-and-go tournaments are normally one-table tournaments and start whenever the table gets full, and that table can have anywhere from 2 to 10 players. So there you go, take your pick. But you don't have to restrict yourself to one format or another. It's just more likely that over time, you'll probably build a preference. Hey, don't forget to check out the strategy videos and articles for these games and others in the Paddy Power Poker Academy.